Hi everyone! Today I thought I'd talk about how I found out I was pregnant with both my pregnancies. If you didn't know, I'm with Childminder, which is a YouTube channel network that supports everything from pregnancies to babies to toddlers, so on and so on. There is loads of information, so I'll link the site down below. They send out an email every month with topics on and things like that, and I've only just opened the email, so sorry. And one of their topics was how did you find out you were pregnant? So I thought I'd give it a go, talk about my experience, how I felt and things like that. With Monkey, we found out 3 years ago that we were pregnant, which seems such a long time ago, but I can remember it like perfectly. It's probably something that'll stick with me forever. At that point, I was 19. I was dying to get pregnant. I was just so in love with the thought of having kids that is all I wanted. And especially working with being a childminder and working with other kids, it was just making me so broody that I was just like, oh, I need that love. I need to have kids. So we decided that we were going to buy a house at that time. We'd saved and saved and saved to get a deposit, and luckily my nan was there to help us as well. So we bought our house and was in the middle of getting it all sorted, all the paperwork. It took months, absolutely months and months. So it was September time, and I remember saying, you know what, let's just do it. If we get the house, great. If we don't, we don't. But let's just have a baby. And we both decided, Jen, yeah, we'll just do it. So I came off the pill in September, and no, I didn't. I came off the pill in August and I found out I was pregnant in September. So it must have been the week that I came off the pill that I actually got caught getting pregnant, which was, I was just so over the moon. I was crying and everything. And everyone was like, make sure, because at the time, all we could afford was the cheapest pregnancy tests. And we lived right opposite Poundland, so I went across the road and bought one of theirs, and it showed positive. Then we went to Boots and picked up a more expensive one from my, it was everybody in my family like, just make sure, don't get your hopes up, because it was such a cheap pregnancy test, that we went and actually bought a more expensive one. And it came up with negative. So I was just so confused at that point. And obviously I'd tried the tests before my period was due, because I'm just so impatient. I just had to find out right away. I went to the doctors that week to say that we've had a 50-50% chance that I'm pregnant. One test says yes and the other says no. He then did a test as well. I had to take a sample in, and he did a test there, and his said no as well, which I was so upset and so disappointed that the fact that this pregnancy test had got my hopes up, and then everything was just shattered around me. It kind of put me into a little bubble really, and I didn't want to talk to anybody, and I didn't want to, I just went really depressed for that week. Anyway, the doctor then said if you feel like you're pregnant and you sort of in your head know that you're pregnant, which I did, I was 100% sure. I just had a feeling that I was pregnant, and it's something, unless you have that feeling, because I know other mums have it too, you just don't know how you're feeling it or why you're feeling it. I just felt pregnant. So he did a blood sample and sent it off to the lab, and it was the longest 3 days ever. I had the sample on Friday and I didn't find out till the Monday about it, and they rang me up in the middle of work and they said, yes, you are pregnant, and I just cried down the phone, and the woman on the reception must have thought I was absolutely crazy. She was like, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Oh my god, tell me. And I was just like, it's so good, I'm so happy. And I just couldn't wait till my other half got home, so I had to ring him in the middle of work, and he wouldn't answer, and it was driving me crazy, and I was ringing and ringing and ringing. And then he finally answered the phone, and I just said, we're pregnant, we're actually pregnant. The test came back and we're pregnant. And I was over the moon. I had to ring everybody I knew. Everybody had to find out on that day. I just could not wait. And looking back at it now, I don't think I would have rang that many people, because it was just crazy. I was just so excited. I really was. It was just the best feeling in the world. At that point, I didn't have any symptoms or anything. I mean, I think it must have been a month later, I got a bug and I thought it was the morning sickness, and it lasted about 3 or 4 days, and after that I had nothing. So that pregnancy was such a smooth ride. I had no problems, no complications or anything with it, and I just, oh, it was just the best feeling ever. But with Princess, it was a bit different. With the fact that I got pregnant so fast with Monkey, I thought, oh yeah, we can't come off the pill until we're 100% sure and we know when we want to have a baby. And it was just the complete opposite. I wasn't 100% sure that I wanted a baby, but we kind of knew, both of us, that we wanted one within a certain amount of years of having the first one. I was a bit worried about how I'd like cope with 2, because my other half doesn't come back till like 6:30 at night or 7 o'clock some days. And even worse on when he does his football, I just felt, how am I going to cope with 2? Especially with the dog as well, because we all know how bad he gets. But yeah, we decided, yes, let's do it. We'll have the baby and then we'll be done, because that's all we were always planning on, just having 2. So we were happy about that. I came off the pill, it must have been September again, and we didn't get pregnant. And every month it was so just horrible, yucky, disappointing feeling. Just brings you down every month. Every month you're waiting for that little stupid line to say yes, you're pregnant, and it just wasn't. Every time I had expensive tests. I did the pound shop ones again. I did ones off Amazon. Anything you could think of, I had. It got to the point then when I was having to take ovulation tests, because I was 100% sure that maybe there was a problem with me. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe some, because at the end of my last pregnancy I had an infection in my womb, so maybe that had linked to something. Maybe, oh, everything was running through my head. Maybe I was broken. Maybe my other half was broken. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong, but we tried and tried and just nothing was happening. And it took us a good 6 months to actually get pregnant. So we found out we were pregnant with Princess in March this year, and we found out on my other half's birthday, so that must have been the best birthday he could have ever had. We had been obviously testing and testing for the pregnancies and nothing was coming up. And it was a week after I was due to come on, which was a bit weird because at that point my periods were all over the place. Sometimes I was on, the next day I was off again. So I'd gone off for a whole week and I thought, yes, this is it, we are pregnant. So I did an Amazon pregnancy test and a pound shop one in the morning on his birthday, and that, I think it's like a minute or 3 minutes that you have to wait for this thing to show up, and my heart was sinking and sinking and it wasn't coming up, and I was just thinking, what are we doing? Why is it not working? Why are we broken? And all of a sudden that little pink line showed up, and I'll put a little picture here because I had to keep that picture and I'll keep it forever and ever, because the joy that I got from that, it just makes me so emotional thinking of it now. The fact that we had actually got pregnant after all that time. And I know people like spend years and years getting pregnant, but to me it was a long time, and I just wanted to complete the family, really, and the fact that I couldn't give that to my other half. Sorry. It just meant a lot. It really did. I feel so stupid for crying now, but my kids mean the world to me. They really do. It just makes me think, like, what if we'd actually said, no, let's just wait another year. Let's just not have any more kids. I'm so grateful. I really am. I feel so stupid for crying. But yeah, the joy that I had on that day. I couldn't even wait for my other half to wake up. I had to just run in the room and just scream at him, we're pregnant. And obviously I told everybody again. Everybody had to know. There was no hiding it anyway. No hiding it. I had a belly bump probably from the first week. It was crazy. I just looked so bloated. Everybody was asking questions. Because at that point, it was just, everybody was just waiting for me to get pregnant. I feel so stupid for crying now. I'm so sorry. I know people, I feel so sorry for the people that try and nothing happens and they have to go through IVF. That 6 months for me was just a horrible, horrible waiting game. It really was, and I feel so sorry for you people that can't have babies. It makes me feel so sad. So I hope you like this video. I'm emotional wreck now. I'll be crying for the rest of the day. Just make sure you subscribe to my channel. And have a lovely day. Bye.